Greetings, Skill Incarnate bringing you all the latest indie gaming goodness. Welcome back as we check out one of my favourite franchises of all time, Warhammer 40k, with their new expansion pack to Chaos Gate Daemonhunters, Duty Eternal. Duty Eternal has us controlling the Adeptus Mechanicus, working together with them to turn back the forces of chaos. In this battle, we'll get access to some of their deadliest weapons, including the tech priests themselves and their most deadly creation, the Dreadnaught, a walking weapons platform that is the pinnacle of their technology. The forces of chaos have their own new weapons and units, so we're up for a pretty tough battle. This expansion adds several new features to the base game, including additional levels, units, weapons, and a ton of new surprises, which makes it one of the best expansions I've ever played for one of the best games I've ever played. We're going to check out the first part of the campaign of the expansion, and I'm going to let you know why you, as a Warhammer fan, should definitely be playing Duty Eternal. I've been fairly busy since the last video. We've been working our way through the Tertius sector, which was almost completely controlled by the forces of chaos. The Chaos Cult were attempting to spread the Bloom, a deadly pathogen which could consume the entire universe. Thankfully, the Marines were successful in driving them back. We even managed to get a Bloom seed and do a bit of study to try and figure out how to reverse the corruption. But after a massive pitched battle with the World Eater Space Marines, our ship and our Marines are in very bad shape. Unfortunately, there's no time to rest, because the Adeptus Mechanicus are under siege, and we must go to our brother's aid in order to help them gain some powerful allies and hopefully halt the spread of Bloom entirely in this area. I've also been doing several upgrades to the ship and also to the facilities, allowing me to better equip the Adeptus Astartes. Our next project is going to be to increase the speed of the ship. This is going to give us several advantages. We're going to be able to get to missions quicker. We're going to be able to stop the spread of the Bloom more effectively, and also to get resources much faster to help further upgrades.
Curiosity. This planet is home to a recently abandoned outpost belonging to the priesthood of Mars. I detect a weak Grey Knight's locator beacon emanating from the central complex. I will deploy your brothers as near to the source as possible.
Our mission is to go to the Adeptus Mechanicus base, to investigate the signal coming from there and to assist any survivors in destroying the Bloom seeds. Our Marines are heavily damaged, so we're going to avoid trying to complete any valor deeds, which are bonus objectives that can get us additional requisition but are also fairly risky. Our Marines are heavily damaged. Several of the Marines went up against the World Eaters, suffered either gunshots or melee damage, which has rendered most of them heavily wounded. Thankfully, en route, my medical facilities were able to heal most of them. And it's time to deploy our heavy hitters, the Space Marine Terminators. These guys are heavily armoured and very adept in close range combat. Our Purgator is going to be outfitted with some very nice ranged weapons, in this case a Storm Bolter. A Sci Cannon, which will allow us to do damage over a long range and also do some explosive damage too. This is the equivalent of a heavy bolter. So we've got a couple of close range specialists, a long range support unit, and of course our apothecary, who's going to be keeping our Space Marines in tip-top shape. It's time to get into battle. The Space Marines make planetfall at the Adeptus Mechanicus base. The effects of chaos are already evident, with the bloom corrupting the very metal of the base itself. The Space Marines' powerful readers, the Auspex, have picked up the location of an enemy squad, so I can attempt to set up an ambush of my own. With that being said, it's not as big an advantage as you would think, because we have limited weapons, Space Marines that are very tired from several battles, and also we are always heavily outnumbered. The Chaos Cultists have their own powerful surprises, and we can see already the work of Nurgle, the god of plague, is already started to corrupt the land itself.
What is your will?
Thankfully, we do have access to a set of Terminator armor, which 2 of the Space Marines are wearing. Is going to give us massive protection against small arms fire, and a fair amount of durability for our Marines, which we're going to need.
Affirmative. Powers protect us.
We have a massive amount of Chaos Cultists here, a fight that's going to be very difficult.
Come at me now!
Enemy sighted.
Now the fight's open with the enemy deploying Overwatch in 2 directions. A direct attack here would be very unwise. However, these guys are unprotected and a flanking attack would be perfect. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Finn vaults the protection of their barricade, cleaving one cultist in 2.
Yes, Commander.
Second Space Marine's going to move up. He can't do anything at the moment. The Purgator. I don't seem to be able to do very much damage to this guy. He's in a pretty good spot.
Praise the Emperor. Your command.
We can at least kill 2 cultists here. And we can disable their ranged weapon, which is going to be very handy here. What I can do... yeah, let's disable the ranged weapon. And as you can see, we've very literally disarmed them. Now, we don't have anything within a good spot, but what I can do is use my Purgator, move them up. That's going to take 3 action points. No, the better position would be to move the Purgator to here, providing Overwatch. The Purgator is a ranged only unit, but with that being said, their devastating Psi Cannon will often one-shot anyone stupid enough to walk into range.
At your service.
What I can do is move my second Marine in. Finish him off. And set Overwatch on the long hallway. The last thing I'm going to do is move my Apothecary up, because even though his weapons aren't as powerful, every little bit helps. So we're in a good spot. We've got overlapping cones of fire.
I strike true.
Overwatch doing good work.
Pathetic.
Very smart play from the enemy, staying outside of range.
Eat this!
Very nasty.
Ball monster! Die! Die! Die!
Now thankfully, because of their heavy armor,
You bleed!
the Space Marine Terminators are able to take a fair bit of damage here. But with that Overwatch, it makes it very hard for me to be able to do anything. So my best goal it would be to eliminate the people who are able to attack us from behind. The Purgator doesn't seem to... Ah, he does. Excellent. So we might be able to... No? We do. So I'm thinking if I can hit him and break the Overwatch.
Blessed ammunition depleted.
Out of ammo, unfortunately. Purgator cuts down the space Chaos Cultists who had the Overwatch set up, thus freeing the Marines to go in and do what they do best. But I'm thinking I need to do something about this guy first. So we're going to move up the Terminator, cutting down another unit.
Get up! Get up!
Another 2 units.
As ordered.
Very nice. And, oh, we're going to get a 3 for... Yes! You savage! You absolute savage! Chef's kiss. I couldn't have done that. I planned that. I definitely planned that. Okay, so let's
The Emperor lights.
see what...
Unleash me.
Can my apothecary from here... He can. Excellent. We're gonna wipe out their whole squad. Yep, we're doing it. Okay, so apothecary moves to here.
Taking position.
Another Chaos Cultist in the ground.
My blade is ever ready.
And with a 4 strike, we end the battle.
No demon shall avoid.
Masterfully done. So even though our units did take a bit of damage, unfortunately our apothecary did take a few hits, the damage to our units has been relatively light.
My blade is your will.
The Terminator armor is holding up very well,
I am here to what is your will? Yes, come on.
and it's time to move on to support our battle brothers.
At once.
Oh, we do have... There was one hiding. There's not a lot I could have done anyway.
Barely a scratch.
So there was one Chaos Cultist that was left, but we're about to put an end to him with one mighty strike of the sword. And with that, the battle is over.
Affirmative. Unleash me. On the hunt.
Now, just beyond this door lies the
At your service.
remains of the Adeptus Mechanicus. I'm hoping that there are plenty of them
I'm
alive.
here to serve. As you will.
It's time to go into action and help our brothers. We finally break through to our brothers, and hopefully there are going to be enough alive for us to be able to mount some sort of defense.
Taking position.
Venerable Brother Crost is all that remains of this squad.
No other Astartes life signs are detected in the area.
Rally behind Brother Crost and eliminate the heretics.
It's not looking good. With only one Dreadnaught on our side, we're still heavily outnumbered.
They come to their doom. We have found them.
We're up against Nurgle's cultists, some of the most dangerous enemies.
Loading grenade.
And unfortunately they have set up an overwatch, preventing us from getting close.
Your orders?
Now, what we do have is a very powerful set of skills. We have 2 Chaos Priests that are going to do heavy damage to us, so what I'm going to try and do is to take them out with a... Here we go. With one massive blast, we're going to be able to cripple those cultists, and what I can do is maybe move the blast radius so I can take out even more. I can. There we go. So we're going to be able to kill 2 and cripple both priests with a single shot.
No ammunition.
Deadly Blast crushes them with some heavy damage to both of those Chaos Priests. My goal is to kill at least one of them, so I'm going to try and do that. The Terminator takes the field. With one swing of the sword, we can finish this if we're careful. We have 2 action points, so what I can do is march over here. I hope. Let's use a waypoint. We've only got 2 action points. Okay, so we cannot kill the Chaos Priest, but we can take out the Chaos Cultist. Oh, maybe not. But if we can't kill him, let's go through him. Knocking him over, removing his cover, and getting our other Space Marines a chance to move up with some safety. Now, it wasn't ideal, we've still got a few of them left, but with a couple of smart moves, we've halved their numbers and we've killed some of their most dangerous units.
Rugen.
Now, Rugen the Purgator, he doesn't have action points to be able to do anything, but I can move up my Apothecary. And use some Overwatch to at least provide a little bit of cover. Oh, and excellent! I didn't know I could do that.
Yes, come on.
Even better.
I am with you.
So some very smart use of tactics there. We've eliminated 90% of their team, and we've also destroyed both of their magic users who can heal units and raise them from the dead. The only units left now are Small Fry. Hopefully we can take them out with relative ease. Gonna move my men up.
Will be done.
Die! 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 It is their will! Eat this! Yes! Tear them down!
Nasty. So they've actually covered me with an overwatch, and this has essentially locked my men down. If this guy moves, he's going to be absolutely wrecked. So we need to be smart here. We've also got another squad warping in behind us we're going to have to deal with. We need to do this fast. We have only one choice here, which will be to charge and to kill these two units. Breaking the stalemate, destroying their overwatch, and hopefully giving me a little bit of cover.
Your command.
Now, unfortunately, we're kind of stuck here. This unit's under an overwatch. If I move him, he's going to get shredded. And I think it's probably best to
My blade is ever ready.
simply hunker down. I can't move. All I can do is shield myself. The Aegis shield will give me temporary shielding ability. It will allow me to hopefully take the next hit without too much trouble, and then what I can do next is to move my other unit up to provide cover.
Affirmative.
It's a difficult decision we have to make here.
Yes, sir.
I'm here to serve.
We also can't go too far because we've got some units moving in behind us.
Is yours.
So I'm going to start moving in my Dreadnaught back to cover the team. Let's end our turn.
Charge! You will bleed!
A very dumb move they've made there.
There are always more to kill, brothers.
The bloom is rising, and we've got some enemies on the other side of this gate. I'd really like to lock this down, move my men back into cover, but I do not want to fight on two fronts. So we have the Dreadnaught. Now, the Dreadnaught will recover will points or willpower from killing enemies. So what we can do is turn this guy into a source of ammunition with a very quick, swift kickbox to the head. Thanks for the free ammo, chump.
Slay the darkness.
Well met, brothers. Come, let us dispatch these foul creatures.
Now, I could keep moving up into position, but that would be very, very dangerous. We'd have to risk getting attacked from behind. So, while these guys don't pose a threat, let's move up.
I am listening. Your orders?
Let's cover the doorway, so that when they do come through, we've got a very nasty surprise waiting for them. So the Purgator we want him up here, front and center.
We strive. Foul heresy approaches.
And
Waiting for targets.
target the door. I'm going to move the Dreadnaught up,
Nothing will stop me.
and the other Battle Brothers will move into position as well. We want these guys to charge, because if they do, we're just going to absolutely shred them.
Haste.
4 bolters trained on this door is going to turn anything into chopped liver. And we don't want to get too close, but I'm thinking here's going to be a good shot. Now these guys are mainly melee units, so this should be a nice ambush if we play our cards right. My squad is mainly geared towards melee, though, so let's hope this will... Oh, they're going to take the bait.
I strike through.
Straight through the gauntlet.
I am the wrath of Xyphos.
So he did take a few hits, but... Now it's time
What is your will?
to dispense our own brand of justice.
My blade is
Direct my vengeance.
I can't get the Dreadnaught into position, unfortunately.
Yes, Commander.
But what I can do is give this guy a very nice headache.
Your orders?
Yes, Commander.
The Emperor lights our path.
Excellent.
Dominated.
I continue to
Your
serve.
command.
And we can use our heavy bolter here.
At once.
Oh, we can do that as well. I'm just going to see if anyone else needs some willpower.
Unleash me.
Willpower max. Everyone's willpower is max, so that's great. This is going to be a nice, easy one.
On my way.
We'll let the apothecary get a kill in.
We
Beautiful.
slay the darkness.
So a nice, easy one. An easy battle. Things aren't going to stay that way, though. We'll move the men up into position.
At your command.
We need to be careful. There's several flammable barrels in the area. Dreadnaughts don't care. They will happily walk through any barriers in the way. Oh, well, we missed one.
Targets destroyed.
Easy done. So I accidentally destroyed some of my cover. That's going to make things a little bit more difficult, but let's move our men up.
Advancing.
It's a bit dangerous to get any closer than here, because you may set off another squad. The Auspex is picking up another squad up ahead, and if I am correct, I believe they will be Chaos Space Marines with some very deadly weapons. Definitely not something I'm looking to tangle with unless I am ready, so let's move everybody up.
I am yours to command.
With everyone out of action points, we'll end the turn. Actually, no, that should reset our action points. I'm not gonna risk it though. So we're gonna move the Dreadnaught up the guts of the passageway.
Plow through.
We are discovered.
A squad of Nurgle Space Marines is in the area. A very dangerous enemy.
Demonstration is in order.
Indeed, we are going to do a demonstration of our firepower. We're gonna break out the plasma gun, but for now, let's see if we can lob a plasma shot. No, we can't. So we're gonna get a little closer. That's fine.
Nothing will stop me.
This is a flammable container, so I'm thinking this will be the best use. It's going to expose all three Space Marines to a shot, knocking them over. and I targeted it to knock one of the Space Marines towards me, because you know what we can do now? We can now turn him into chop suey with our Dreadnaught. We've only got one action point, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to soften him up. Give him a little bit of the old heave-ho.
What is your will?
Because we want to execute him with our Dreadnaught.
Advancing.
Executions successfully will... Excellent. And this should hopefully... Nope.
Your command. Unleash your orders.
What is your command?
Orders. Yes, Commander.
Well, we're going to have to soften him up a bit.
Here. With haste.
We're going to move up our medic. Hit him with a Psybolt. Finish him off with a very nice hit.
I am the wrath of Zyphus. Command. What is your will?
Now the reason I did that is to replenish our ammo. The Dreadnaught, having gotten another kill, has gotten a bit of ammo back, and now we can move up our other Space Marines and use our Purgator's Overwatch to cover the other two. His increased range? Nope. No, it seems I don't have the range for that. We can only cover one Chaos Space Marine, but that's going to do us really well. I don't have the action points to get close enough with my other Terminator. We can get ourselves into position. We're going to take some hits no matter what. It is what it is. So another Overwatch. Unfortunately, they've set us up with a rather nasty field of corruption. I'm going to have to think outside the box if we're going to be able to do this. What I do have, though,
I am listening.
I think I'm going to have to use another plasma shot to break the Overwatch here, because my entire squad is now compromised and the Dreadnaught is the only one who can get us out of this. Now, there's a pit that's conveniently placed here, so if I get my aim just right, I may even be able to blast them back into the pit and end this fight very quickly. Oh, chef's kiss.
My legend continues.
Is your will?
Your legend certainly does continue, my friend. What we can now do is to move up and hopefully
Your orders.
we can hit this guy with the Force Strike. Ah, excellent. And we can disable his ranged weapon. And stun him. I think a stun would be best. Beautiful. And we can finish him off with one... Oh, with an execution. Excellent. Very nice use of tactics,
I'm here to serve.
if I do say so myself. Now, unfortunately, because the corruption, it's kind of right in our way, I'm kind of stuck. I can't really
Your orders?
do a hell of a lot here.
Yes, Commander. What is your will?
I am going to move my men up.
My blade is yours.
Direct my vengeance.
What is your will?
I serve in death.
Yes, we'll move up.
Unrelenting.
Your command.
So I'm going to move my men up behind the
Your orders?
Dreadnaught, and I'm going to hopefully get a little bit of healing for my
My
boys.
blade is ever ready. Yes, Commander. Rugen. Here. The Emperor
Now,
lights our
excellent.
path.
We have the apothecary ready here. We're going to move him up.
At once.
Definitely going to need a little bit of medical care. Running through that plague is
Your command.
rather nasty, but if I really need to be moving as quickly as possible. We're under a very strict time limit for this mission. The longer we take, well, there we go. And that's why I had to hurry up. So unfortunately we've got another warp that's opened, and more enemies
Commander,
on the
make
move.
Contact with the enemy.
Yes, Commander.
I was really hoping to
Unleash me.
I am listening.
avoid this, but for now, I'm going to move up my Dreadnaught and hopefully he will provide a little bit of cover for the boys. All we can do
At your command.
is try and not destroy too much of the scenery.
Yes, Commander.
Move the men up, because we're far too distant to be able to enact a melee attack. What we can do is get ready to defend this point here. So let's get the Purgator up.
Your command.
What is your will?
First thing we're going to do is patch myself up.
What is your will?
Move my Justicar.
At once.
And set up a Overwatch here that will hopefully catch some of these guys. The Purgator is going to move up into position with his heavy bolter, and we're really going to do a fair bit of damage with this thing if we can get it right. We can cover, yeah, I think this is going to be a good spot here. Cover the battlefield this way.
Yes, sir.
Anything comes through that portal's going to get ripped up.
Marcus.
Finally, our last Justicar, he's pretty banged up, so I'm going to try and move him out of the way.
Standing ready.
Hopefully I can... No. I'm not going to be able to effect a heal. But I can drop some smoke, and I think that's probably our best bet. That's going to shield us from most of the damage. So let's drop some smoke. Actually, I mean, oh look, they're just so well... They're so well situated there. I'm thinking maybe a Plasma Blast is a better option. Oh, look at that. We're going to kill by overcharge. Oh, yes. Look at that. That is going to absolutely... That is going to halve the amount of foes we're going to have to fight here. I'm worried that I'm going to hit that There we go. I'm not going to hit the... That is a generator. It's going to... Oh, look at that. That's going to kill virtually the entire lot of them. Let's do that. Fire when ready. Oh, it still took out the generator.
My weapon is empty.
Okay, that hurt a little bit. That being said, we just crushed their entire squad, so... The Dreadnaught's taken some hits. We gotta end this fast or things are gonna get really quick, really nasty. Whoa! The squad just cut down another Space Marine. Couple of shots to the spine. We gotta end this fast because we've got more portals opening. Space Marines moving up. Let's give him another strike.
The enemy is wounded.
Excellent.
The Emperor lights are unleashed.
So our Purgator can probably finish the job. Nope.
Weapon rearmed.
Another Space Marine down for the count. Now these guys are pretty close to the edge. So again, we may be able to cheat a little bit. Getting close and do some heavy damage here. Let's see what the other Marines can do first.
I am here to serve. Praise the Emperor. These wounds will heal. Curse, it cannot focus.
What is your command?
What is your
So the last of my healing has been used up. Yeah, we don't have any other way to hurt these guys. So it's time to, again,
Another chance to serve.
resort to our brother. And hopefully do a fair bit of damage. Moving us up into position. Oh, we weren't close enough. Now he's right on the edge. And we've got 2 action points, so I'm thinking... Let's move up.
Yes, Commander. Marcus.
We won't be able to kill them this round, but we're going to do some heavy damage. Get our Dreadnaught into position. So he's heavily hurt, and we can, hopefully, finish him off. So we literally punched him into another ambush. I meant to do that. That was all strategic. Absolutely. So I'm going to have to heal myself. We are now out of healing completely, so we're going to have to use what we can. I'm going to move up.
I am with you.
The Dreadnaught taking many hits, but it's very, very powerful, and most of these attacks will bounce off. Poison, however, is another thing.
My armor remains a fortress. Foul heresy approaches.
More Space Marines have emerged behind us. We can't fight them. We don't have the numbers, and we don't have the health to be able to do this. Not only that, enemies have, due to the warp surge, have now got additional health. We got to get out of here. And this is a battle we cannot win.
What is your command?
So the first thing we're going to do
Standing ready.
is we're going to move up our Dreadnaught.
As you say.
To smash this into oblivion. Now the plasma cannon might be a good... Oh, I'm out of ammo, so let's hit this with a force strike. We've crushed its armor.
Unleash me. This command.
And we're going to hopefully
My blade is yours.
use our men
What is your will?
to crush this Space Marine.
I must meditate. Yes, Commander.
Now, we do have our Purgator, and I think he's kind of too far away to do any sort of real damage, but what we can do is move him up
We strive.
and finish him off. Nope, we're going to have to reload.
At your service.
But I can finish off this last Space Marine.
It is finished.
It's getting really tied up in here. Like, the atmosphere is palpable.
Come on.
These guys are they are literally on their last legs. This seed has to fall, or we are going to fall ourselves. It's all or nothing now. A mad dash to the finish. Our men are nearly dead. These seeds are going to do some heavy damage, and all I can do is hope that they can somehow hold things together. Their armor's buckling under the attacks. Even Space Marine Terminator armor.
Watch. Shall not fail. My resolve is strong as steel.
Run them down!
We're now in a lot of trouble. One of our men is down, and if we can't destroy this seed right now, our squad is dead.
My will is yours. Demolish it.
All I can do is smash away at this thing until it's dead. These seeds are very strong. One more swing. I don't know if we can do this. I really don't. But we're going to try. Going to move my apothecary up. Every Space Marine is hitting everything with... I'm hitting it with everything I've got. It's down to the wire here. It is do or die. Our men's very lives are at stake. And if we can't kill this thing, they're all dead.
is your will? Unleash me. As you command.
The Space Marine Terminators, oh, they're all that's left here. Oh my god, this is going to be so close. We did it!
Your aid is
Yes!
appreciated, brothers. The Grandmaster's order remains unfulfilled.
From the brink of death, we have prevailed. One of the hardest missions I've attempted so far.
Brother, as we have our own mission as well, we will ensure our brothers receive the proper rights.
The Emperor protects.
And you as well.
With the aid of our brother, we have done the impossible. A mission so difficult and so challenging, I haven't managed to pass it until now, and we managed to get it on video. This is Warhammer Space Marines Chaos Gate. This is one of the best new expansions to an already epic game, and if this video didn't convince you to go out and buy it, I don't know what else will. This is one of the best Warhammer games I've ever played. Massive thank you to the guys at Games Workshop and the developers. This is a fantastic game. I can't recommend it enough. If you are a Warhammer fan, this is a must play. It's one of the most challenging and one of the most lore-friendly Warhammer games I've ever played, and I just can't recommend it enough. Go out, check it out. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you'd like to see more Warhammer, I'd love to tackle more of the game. It's a fantastic homage, or a fantastic call out to the Warhammer universe. A Warhammer game that is definitely one of the better ones on Steam. One of the best in my opinion, and a great sequel to the original Chaos Gate. I hope you enjoy this video, and hopefully you'll join me next time when we play some more indie games. Until then, Skill Incarnate, out.